Hi guys, I'm
Nah, it's okay. I get it. Energy.
He's Adam Cleary from
He
WhatCulture.
is.
We're here with the after news.
Hashtag good after news.
And coming up today, Finn Balor's got a new haircut.
You what?
Finn,
Is that actually the news?
Yeah.
I've let you be on my news show and you've brought...
You won't believe it.
You brought the bloody snipping forecast, have you? Right, yeah. A major WWE superstar launches a new YouTube channel. Levels.
Sorry, Snippy forecast has really got me. And also coming up, some more huge potential backstage changes for AEW. This is the after news.
Yeah, that kind of works. I like that. Yes, but first, a bit of an odd one, this, because AEW, it's great, isn't it? Everybody loves each other. It's not like WWE, where everybody hates each other. But apparently, yeah, a bit of drama backstage after All Out, specifically relating to the women's buy-in Casino Royale for the #1 contendership for the first ever AEW Women's Championship match on television, or whatever they were calling it. Now, if you watch that match, there was just a little bit in it, which I remember watching at the time going, that's a bit odd, but like it's just big battle royals are always banter anyway, and things kind of go all over the shop, so I didn't really think too much of it. But yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, this, because the Sadie Gibbs Bea Priestley bit. They obviously eliminated Sadie Gibbs from the match, and Sadie Gibbs weirdly has posted the clip of that on her Instagram of her getting eliminated from the match. And it was a bit odd. What happened to the match? Is they're both there in the ring. Sadie Gibbs she's getting her big moment. She's eliminating people. Well, not eliminating, but like decking people left, right, and centre. And then Bea Priestley just clocks her out of nowhere. And then they do a spot where she lifts Bea Priestley up, she drops her, and Bea Priestley sort of no-sells it, and then throws her out the ring with quite a lot of force. And I was like, oh, well, battle royales. Apparently, and this is according to Casey Michael of was it Siren?
Squared Circle Sirens.
Squared Circle Sirens, usually quite a reliable source. Apparently, after that, they came to blows.
They continued the battle royal backstage.
Yeah, apparently Casey swung for Bea Priestley afterwards, which is, I should say, completely uncorroborated at this stage. That is just being reported by Casey Michael, but a bit of an odd one, but does kind of fit with what happened in that match. It's just a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to make of that.
You show me the spot again, and it does seem a very sort of complete sort of Hogan no-sell of just like, oh, you've dropped me midway through this intense battle royal, and she just pops up and goes, yep, see you later.
I could if you sort of said, what was meant to happen was Bea was meant to land on her feet and throw her out, I'd be like, yes, that spot works. And of course, if Bea didn't quite get on her feet, then you can't just like not do the elimination spot because you have to do it all on the fly, so she just gets up, etc. I could totally believe that, but there was some rumblings of some kind of disagreement between them in the past, owing to like Stardom scheduling and some personal issues, blah blah, which we're not going to get into because this ain't the dirt sheets, this isn't the morning news, for God's sake. So we'll let you look at it if you want to know more about it. But there was apparently some tension between the pair of them in another promotion, in another lifetime, and maybe it's spilling over in AEW. You wouldn't want that if you were just starting a new promotion.
No, and you know, Bea Priestley had a stellar showing in that battle royal. She obviously got
Bea Priestley's mid.
Yeah, she's a great wrestler. She is going to have an interesting feud going forward, hopefully with Britt Baker as a result of what happened there. But all is not well necessarily backstage with AEW.
Well, sometimes you just got to have these things to blow off, haven't you? Every now and then. I mean, every 3 months, one of us nearly hits somebody else.
Yeah, granted.
That's fine.
Right, shall we move on? Because Finn Balor's
tell me about Finn Balor's haircut, Wilborn.
He's got a new haircut. It looks like this. Thoughts?
He looks like Baron Corbin.
He does. I Benjamin Richardson wrote this news story up for the website.
Big Balor Baron Corbin.
And he said, being nice to him, he looks like CM Punk. Being not very nice to him, he looks like Baron Corbin.
Why has he done this?
I presume it's all part of this, change he's going through. Didn't he not a change, that sounds weird.
He's going through a change.
He got married, didn't he, recently?
Yes.
And then obviously, he appears to be in Japan by the looks of this photo.
Oh, I mean, you might make that assumption. I wouldn't want to.
And now, he's gone off, he's shaved his head. I suppose he's got a few months off. He's just had that feud with the Fiend.
Oh, he'll grow back, you're right, yeah.
He seems very happy with himself.
He kind of gets away with it, I guess, doesn't he?
I'd never be able to get away with a shaved head.
No, I never could. I've got a bit of a bean-shaped head and little sticky out ears. So if I ever shave my head, I look like a penis with wings. I look like a penis with tiny little wings, I always think.
You tweeted it with the caption, peace.
Yeah, and what's he got a lot? How long ago? 2 hours ago. Oh, the thirst that's going to develop over that tweet. My God, I might cancel my plans this evening to put my feet up and read the replies to that.
Just see what one of the top replies are.
Yeah, what's the top reply? Go on.
Please say psych.
What we can do, grow it back? No. There's not a lot of thirst here. No.
I thought it was Carl Anderson at first.
Yeah, we'll leave it with that one. Speaking of changes,
Ooh, good,
I guess that kind of works. WWE stars and YouTube channels and social media endeavours is becoming a bit of a thing in recent years. They're all kind of doing their own thing. It's an opportunity for people who aren't getting the TV time to sort of tap into the massive audience they've already got and get a bit of exposure, do something creative with their time. We have seen the best example, in my opinion, Xavier Woods with Up, Up, Down, Down. He has formed an entirely new brand, a completely new YouTube channel, which I reckon, if you wanted to pack in wrestling tomorrow, you could probably make a genuine fist of off the back of that. Plays lots of video games, and video games, as we know, are quite popular amongst WWE superstars. A, because you get a lot of downtime on the road. B, because you're a bit of a nerd anyway. And C, because everybody in WWE is now like a child of the 80s and 90s, aren't they?
I love the little weird like suitcases they carry around that open out.
It's got a PS4 in it. Yeah, absolutely mad. Those. Asuka has been one of the bigger gaming nerds over the years, shall we say. If you can bring them up now, she has tweeted reams upon reams of pictures of a massive collection, mostly Nintendo stuff, but everything else as well. And it looks like she's teasing doing a gaming YouTube channel.
But she's apparently not very busy in WWE.
Well, yeah, she hasn't got a lot going on at the minute, so that would kind of make sense. She tweeted this picture of a YouTube channel which she just launched called Kana-chan TV. Is that how we're gonna? Kana-chan?
Yeah.
If you got any better ideas for the pronunciation, can't even pronounce. For the pronunciation of that in the comments, do let us know. And of course, the interesting thing about this is because Asuka's done a lot on Up, Down, Down. She's done a lot of Let's Plays in the past, and she used to be a games journalist.
Did she?
She had a normal person job. She was a games wrestler in Japan for ages and ages and ages. Then decided to be a wrestler.
I like this. I like the fact that I saw the is it a GIF or something she tweeted of a gaming setup that looked amazing. And yeah, it makes sense. Like I said, she's not very busy with storylines.
Not doing anything else, is she?
And like
to be honest, right, I'll hold my hands up. The whole even when we do live streams, I have a load of fun doing them, and I think they're really good. But I never quite get the appeal of people. Well, I probably shouldn't say that because we do live streams, but I never really get the appeal of people watching them. You have to really, really, really be interested in the person who's in it, and I don't think any of us are that interesting, to be completely honest with you. But I could definitely sit down and watch Asuka play through a game. If she was in character, I could watch the hell out of that.
Also, if you're a fan of gaming and you want to get sort of gaming content elsewhere, where else is there, Adam Cleary?
Oh, what? Yeah, we have a game. Yeah, WhatCulture Gaming. Subscribe to that. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's move on to our final news story of today.
For a second.
With Dave Meltzer reporting last night on Wrestling Observer Radio that the announcers for AEW could well change again. Of course, we saw a change.
He's got absolutely no respect for the fact I've already done the news story on this, has
No,
he?
absolutely not.
Dave?
He said that Tony Khan directly addressed to Dave that he is aware that fans want Tony Schiavone and JR together in the announce booth, and the plans may be having both of them and Excalibur as the announcers for their 2-hour TV show on Wednesdays. Now, there's no word on if Tony's schedule can permit such a change of plans and what the status of Golden Boy is, but that would be the best lineup, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, we initially reported on this at the. This was supposed to be the lineup going into the weekend, and of course they changed it again with Golden Boy. So yeah, change it back. That is the best booth they can possibly have. And fair play, got to say, JR I thought was much improved at All Out.
Golden Boy was great as well.
Golden Boy was great as well, but JR didn't genuinely seem to hate half the things he was watching, which is just.
He was just completely baffled by Orange Cassidy.
Yes.
He had no idea what was going on there.
This business, I think, is very much what pops into it. This business.
Right, should we move on to Twitter questions?
That's not my JR impression, by the way.
No. At WhatCulture WWE, if you want to get in touch and ask us Twitter questions.
At WhatCulture WWE, if you want to see his JR impression. No.
Yeah, we could put it up there. Shadow starts us off saying, I just read a brief article.
To Mr. and Mrs. Doe, my son, Shah.
I just read a brief article on the possibility of Liv Morgan joining The Fiend.
That's not a question. What do you want to
Is there any truth to that, or are you?
Oh, right.
And what are your thoughts on it? Hashtag Good After News.
I thought the person just wanted a pat on the back for reading an article. Well done. My thoughts on Liv Morgan joining The Fiend. I remember a Mr. Blompier, formerly of this parish, once pitching that what they should have done for Sister Abigail is had Alexa Bliss. Everyone wanted it to be Paige initially because she was really goth.
Yeah.
But you do Alexa Bliss as she clearly isn't Sister Abigail. She's just manipulating the Wyatt family because those damn treacherous, manipulative women. Well, that's not what they're thinking about doing for this in a way. And plus, if he does some kind of cult leader thing with the youngest, most impressionable looking woman on the roster, that's a bit gross. Yeah. It's a bit Charlie Manson.
Yeah, I think The Fiend should be his own separate entity.
We don't need a Shiend, do we?
No.
That deserves a bigger pop, the Shiend.
I've already popped too much on the snipping forecast.
It was genuinely top of my head, that.
Very good stuff. Benjamin Bridges.
To Mr. and Mrs. Bridges, a son, Ben.
asks us, do you think that the AEW Weekly show will have some kind of on-air authority figure? GW, GM, or commissioner or something like that?
Can I just say, and I can't stress this enough, anybody from AEW is watching, hello Tony, we know you tune in. Do not, under any circumstances, do an on-air authority figure. They are so tired and clapped out and boring and done to death, unless you've got some amazing way you can think to do it, where literally the person booking the show is suspended above a shark tank. If the ratings ever drop below a certain amount, they fall in and die for real. Do not do that. Do not put I beg Tony, do not put yourself in this show, please.
No.
On-air authority figures, where it's genuinely 100% kayfabe, are fine because they're getting written and they're cohesive. When someone actually has a slither of power in the company and decide to start writing themselves into, I don't know, storylines with women who are 40 years younger than them, where they constantly have to find him attractive and rub their breasts on him.
Woof!
It's just gross.
Yes.
Don't do that, Tony.
I think the closest they may come is sort of acknowledging Cody, because Cody seems one of the most...
You could totally work it into feuds. Like,
Yeah,
you're doing with Tony, aren't you?
Well, my thought process could be Jericho's reaction if Cody, who seems like the most obvious number one contender for the AEW World title, if he gets involved in it, Jericho can be like, well, we know why you're getting handpicked to be the number one contender, but that's the closest they need to go. And Brandy's role is blurred a little bit right now, but yeah, please don't have, the commissioner of Wednesday Night Dynamite or whatever you're going to call it. Unless
you want it to be me.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it together. I'll be assistant general manager.
Assistant to the general manager.
Fair enough.
Thank you. Yeah.
Final question today comes from Tider Lion.
Yep.
Okay. Who asks, before asking my question, I want to say I don't think this will happen. However, with AEW putting on
Before
another...
presenting this premise, I'd just like to acknowledge that it is completely pointless.
Yes.
Anyway.
With AEW putting on another good pay-per-view that once again has raised the hype and expectations for them, would it be problematic if the first month of TV for them is only average?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be problematic if it disappoints?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would,
They increased the pressure on themselves, I suppose.
Yes and no. I think obviously after Double or Nothing, the expectation levels took a bit of a dip. They had two hit and miss shows where some elements worked, some elements didn't. There was production problems. It was very up and down, and they've kind of reset the bar to where it should be, I think. I think if the first month of TV was average after Double or Nothing, it would have sank interest in it. Whereas I think what's happened is it's kind of bottomed out, and there's now like people sort of roughly know there's going to be bad bits and there's going to be good bits, but All Out's come along and it's been better than that average. So I think realistically, if TV sort of like back to where you expect, I think the expectation levels are more realistic now.
Yeah.
With it now that we've seen not so much the cracks start to develop, but we've seen the shortcomings that any fledgling promotion's
Yeah, it's all well and good to do one or two one-off shows.
I think the first couple of weeks of TV, especially if they're going to be going head-to-head with NXT, need to bang. But if they've got any big surprise, any like big names still up their sleeves, they need to drop them in those first few weeks of TV.
Intriguing to find out who Chris Jericho's mystery partners are. A lot of people obviously speculating that it could well be LAX joining him to take on the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, which would be weird to have already revealed that for no reason, but who knows? Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I think they will have. I think they've had enough time to plan ahead for something like this, and they've organised the women's world title match for the first TV and that. I think it's going to be fine, but yes,
I would just like
pressure.
to echo what CM Punk said during StarCast, by the way, because they're going to be going head-to-head. There's all this expectation level. Do not, and this is CM Punk's words, not mine, do not be tricked into thinking it's WWE or NXT versus AEW. Just enjoy both products for what they are. Don't let there be expectation level. Don't compare one to the other. There's just going to be loads and loads of really good wrestling, and that's good, so just watch as much of it as you like.
Right, let's move on to today's, and finally, I've got to give a shout out to Ingwe Phoenix. I hope I've got that right, who sent this to us. He sent me a link to, I think around a sort of 2015 edition of WWE Monopoly, where you can play as the boot, the microphone,
the big boot,
the belt, I think the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then just a general sort of WWE symbol. But I thought the game we could play here is, can you guess who they've put as the two crappiest wrestlers? The Old Kent Road and
Old Kent Road and Whitechapel.
Whitechapel.
Which I should say, by the way, I've been to London quite a lot, and not bad.
No,
Whitechapel's actually alright. Old Kent Road's banging.
I'll give you a few pointers here. I'm fairly certain Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns are Chance and Community Chest.
I'm shocked, by the way, they didn't have like Trish Stratus as Community Chest. Shocked.
The Mayfair and Park Lane are... Go on.
Triple H.
No.
John Cena.
Yes.
And The Rock.
Yes, John Cena and The Rock is correct. Triple H also joined by Brock Lesnar and Undertaker on that.
the green bit.
On the good bit. All of the stations, by the way, are tag teams.
Usos.
Yep.
2015.
Yeah.
Usos. Oh God.
Two you should get. Two I would not be surprised if you didn't
get. I don't know.
Lucha Dragons, Primetime Players, and The New Day.
Who's in Primetime Players?
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Well, he's not Titus Worldwide. Titus O'Neil! Doesn't really work.
Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah.
Yes.
So what have I got to guess? Old Kent Road and Whitechapel?
Yeah, who do they think basically are the two crappiest wrestlers on their roster that also is good enough to be in the Monopoly?
Is it Primo and Epico?
It's not Primo
that was
and
my
Epico.
guess. The worst ones. Too early for Hawkins. Heath Slater?
No.
No.
It'll explain a lot when I tell you these two, by the way.
Go on then.
Neville and Stardust. I wonder what they're up to nowadays.
The worst ones on the board, Neville and Stardust.
Can we buy this and play it in the office?
Angel Islington's like Finn Balor, Sasha Banks and The Miz, then Cesaro, Paige and Kane, Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler and Ryback at Trafalgar Square.
Ryback Trafalgar Square.
Then Randy Orton, they did actually used to like Rusev. The Big Show is Piccadilly Circus. Of course, I should say, by the way, Monopoly's ass. I hate Monopoly.
Not a fan of Monopoly.
I tell you I hate Monopoly, right? I get one off top. I hate Monopoly because it's the only board game in the world where you know who's won 2 hours before the end.
Good
and
point.
the following 2 hours is just like, oh, can I get that last £5 off him? It's rubbish, Monopoly. People should concede when they play it.
So that's a hard no for playing this in
Hard
the office,
hard no. We could do WhatCulture Monopoly.
Oh, I don't know where I am on that board. Let us know your thoughts on that and all of today's news stories in the comment section
The
below.
orange bit. With all three of them, your head's in one, your legs are in the other.
Let us know your thoughts on that and all of today's news stories in the comments section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And send us Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE. Watch there. Follow both of us. You can follow him at
Adam Cleary, CLEO.
You can follow me at Adam Wilborn. You can follow us all at WhatCulture WWE, as I said. And make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts, including the news if you're out and about on the go. My thanks to Adam Cleary. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.
See you tomorrow, won't we? 'Cause
yeah.
Bye.